Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Hi Aaron, here's a new video request for you. Please provide a quote. Rental property in Scottsdale, Arizona or Las Vegas, Nevada? Interesting choice. Interesting choice. Very difficult. I'm thinking of buying a relatively cheap house for just under $200,000 as a rental property, but also a place that would be potentially possible to live in or retire if need be. I'll probably pay for a house in cash and take a very small loan up to $50,000 so I don't need to worry about payments, interest, etc. I live in your favorite city of San Francisco. Just had a client, I'll tell you this right now. Depending on your income, he made $200,000 a year. If he moved from San Francisco to Las Vegas, he'd be able to save, the mortgage would be more than paid for by what he saved on not having to pay state income taxes. So Las Vegas, or Nevada in general, has that huge advantage over California. But there's other huge advantages over California. Because California's like that fat chick who thinks she's hot. That's really what she is. The two cities I'm thinking about seem to have similar climate, similar property prices, and the distance from San Francisco to each of those cities is also comparable. What are your thoughts on an area would be a wiser choice? Thanks. I won't mention your name. Vegas by a long shot. And the reasons are multifold. No state income taxes. Arizona, albeit small, does have state income taxes. They're cheaper houses. You can get nicer houses in Las Vegas. And here's what's interesting. You say Las Vegas, Nevada, well, that's huge. But then you're like Scottsdale, Arizona, which is just this, albeit long, obtuse-looking piece of the larger Phoenix area. You're not going to find a house for $200,000 in Scottsdale. Unless you go to the southern end of Scottsdale, which is a really interesting town. Look at its city limits. It's very odd. The northern two-thirds of Scottsdale, very nice. You're not going to find anything for $200,000. I mean, you might, but I'm just going to say you're not. Down south, you might be able to find something in the $200,000 range as you approach the 202 or the 101. You're approaching Tempe. You're getting close to the university area. And for some odd reason, I think it's Scottsdale Road, Scottsdale Boulevard, for some reason, it starts turning ghetto. Not super bad, but it goes from really nice to really crappy in about half a mile. It's just kind of like, what is this? And I don't know if you'd want to buy property in that area. It's not bad, but if you're used to, if you're making decent money, you got that much cash, you probably want a little bit nicer place. So Scottsdale itself, you either can't afford it or you don't want to afford it. Las Vegas, well, there's plenty of areas that you can choose from, of which there's Henderson, there's Summerlin, there's Anthem, there's, what is the name? The entire south and southwest quadrant, they're building up a ton of stuff. You want to avoid north and east Vegas, but otherwise Vegas, they're building a ton of it, and they're quite affordable. Actually, they're nice places, very nice places. You might have to have an HOA, which is almost a given in Las Vegas. New housing in Phoenix, it's almost a given. But if you're in Scottsdale, you could still buy yourself an actual house without an HOA. But again, I don't think you're going to be able to afford it or want to afford it, depending on how far north or south you are along that stretch in Scottsdale. There are nice areas within the Phoenix area that you might want to look into. I think Chandler's pretty nice. Gilbert, but the real nice area is the up and coming is your Carefree, Cave Creek. But again, I don't know, $200,000 might get you a lot up there. Not a lot of land. I mean, a single lot of land that doesn't have a building on it. So I think your options are a lot better in Vegas. But then there are other compelling reasons to go to Vegas, specifically Nevada and Vegas, over Phoenix or Arizona. We already talked about the income taxes. Vegas flights are a hell of a lot cheaper. Because everyone wants to come to Vegas. And that's a very undersold or underappreciated benefit of buying property or living in Las Vegas is everyone wants to fly in, but it's the same thing if you want to fly out. So if you want to go visit your folks want to come visit you. Friends are like, hey, it's Vegas, come here. And flights are dirt cheap. Come on in. So that's a big thing. The state income tax, we talked about that. Arizona, Phoenix has a little bit more hiking. Oh, but here's another thing. Phoenix is on average 7 to 8 degrees hotter than Vegas. You may say, well, so what? Well, that matters between 103 and 110. And it does get that hot down there. I remember I was in Phoenix one time. It was in the hot. It never dropped. It never dropped below 110, even at night. And it was miserable. Oh, it was miserable. Now, it could be miserable just the same in Las Vegas, but not to that level. That extra 7 to 8 degrees coolness does help out a lot. And then you throw in the fact that I just think there's more buying opportunities in Las Vegas. I would definitely choose Vegas, especially in your price range on that. You could get a nice place in a nice neighborhood for $200,000, maybe $250,000 in Las Vegas. I don't know if the same could be said about Phoenix. So I would say, yeah, in Phoenix you're getting pretty far south. Vegas is still a little bit north. That you're a little bit more centrally located, so the flights aren't going to be as long. And another thing, everybody wants to come to Vegas. Like, I gotta pull teeth. Hey, do you want to come to me? Hey, do you want to go to Phoenix? Hey, do you want to go to Seattle? Not really. Hey, do you want to go to Vegas? Oh, yeah, let's go to Vegas. And so if you want to have a social life, I'd recommend living in Vegas. So, all right, that's it. Vegas by a long shot. You guys got questions? Cappy's got answers, because Cappy has driven all over the freaking United States and actually knows every town pretty intricately by now. Never thought this would be a sellable skill, but it actually is. Go to assholeconsulting.com, where you can give me money and your questions, and I will give you an answer in return. We'll see all of you later. Toodles.